In the unfolding world of enterprise, there exists a divine law of harmony and abundance, and it whispers to those who listen with open hearts. The businesses that thrive are those that align themselves not merely with profit, but with the higher principles of life itself: respect for the earth, care for humanity, and the intelligent use of resources. Green and sustainable business innovation is not merely a trend, it is a reflection of this universal order, where creativity and conscience meet, and where wealth flows in steady, natural currents. Every seed of innovation, when planted in the fertile soil of right thinking, yields fruit that is rich and lasting. The mind that conceives of sustainable practices is already attuned to the invisible currents of prosperity. Wastefulness and neglect are signs of thought at variance with the divine rhythm, while ingenuity, efficiency, and care for the environment are marks of alignment with the infinite intelligence that governs abundance. When a business seeks to honor the natural world, it awakens the law of compensation, and opportunities multiply, as if the universe itself is smiling in approval. Consider the power of imagination, for it is the workshop where new ideas take form. Green innovation springs forth from minds that dare to see possibilities where others see obstacles. The entrepreneur who envisions a business that produces not only profit but also health, sustainability, and social good is laying the foundation for enduring success. The universe delights in supporting those who serve the highest good, and every act of conscious creation draws assistance from unseen sources. There is a law of attraction at work, invisible yet potent, that brings the right people, resources, and circumstances to the innovator who acts with integrity and clarity of purpose. In this era, we are called to recognize that the well-being of the planet is intertwined with the well-being of our enterprises. A business that pollutes, exploits, or depletes is building on sand, while one that innovates sustainably builds upon rock. Sustainability is not merely environmental, it is a principle of balance, harmony, and foresight. Every decision, every product, every process carries a vibration, and the conscious entrepreneur seeks the highest vibration, the path that uplifts both society and nature while yielding prosperity. Abundance is not to be pursued as a desperate craving, but received as a natural outflow of right thought and inspired action. Those who create businesses in harmony with the earth and human welfare find that doors open where walls once stood, and obstacles dissolve before creative determination. The path of green and sustainable business innovation is illuminated by wisdom, guided by intuition, and blessed by the unseen forces that govern all life. It calls us to act courageously, wisely, and lovingly, for the world we touch today is the inheritance of generations to come. Align business decisions with the laws of nature and universal abundance. To align business decisions with the laws of nature and universal abundance is to step into a current of prosperity that flows endlessly, effortlessly, and harmoniously. Every enterprise, whether large or small, is an expression of creative intelligence, and it mirrors the thinking and beliefs of those who guide it. The universe operates on perfect order, and there is a rhythm and law that governs every living thing, every resource, and every action. To ignore these laws is to invite struggle, limitation, and unseen resistance, for life responds not only to action but to thought, to intention, and to the invisible currents that flow from the heart of creation. When a business attunes itself to these natural laws, it becomes a channel for abundance, a conduit through which wealth, creativity, and opportunity flow without hindrance. This alignment is not a matter of chance, nor is it dependent upon the trends of the moment. It is a deliberate recognition that prosperity is a natural state of life, and that when actions are consistent with universal order, results follow naturally. The first principle of alignment is awareness. The conscious entrepreneur observes the world not only with the eyes but with the understanding that every element, every resource, and every process carries a life force that responds to care, respect, and intelligent management. The earth provides without complaint when it is treated with reverence, and resources multiply when they are stewarded with wisdom, rather than exploited out of fear or greed. A business that understands this principle does not merely seek profit, it seeks harmony. It recognizes that every transaction, every investment, and every innovation carries an energy, and that energy attracts like energy. To act in ways that are destructive or wasteful is to disrupt the flow, to create obstacles where none need exist, and to invite limitation into the sphere of one's work. Conversely, actions that honor natural laws, that respect life and its cycles, open doors and bring forth opportunities that seem to arrive without effort. Thought is the creative seed from which all business actions spring. A mind aligned with the laws of abundance thinks in terms of possibilities, growth, and contribution, rather than scarcity, competition, or fear. Every decision is infused with intention, and every intention sends ripples through the world, influencing circumstances and attracting resources. The entrepreneur who aligns thought with universal law understands that the first responsibility is to think rightly, for thought precedes action and forms the blueprint for success. Positive, constructive thought generates conditions favorable to innovation and growth. It calls forth partners, customers, and solutions that support the vision, while negative or careless thought brings limitation and unforeseen resistance. When a business leader cultivates the habit of thinking in terms of harmony, balance, and rightful use of resources, the universe responds in kind, orchestrating events that bring the vision into manifestation with ease and grace. Alignment also requires discernment in choice and action. Every decision, from sourcing materials to designing products to marketing strategies and employee relations, reflects the underlying principles upon which the business is founded. To align with the laws of nature is to choose processes that replenish rather than deplete, that respect the cycles of life rather than disrupt them, and that enhance the well-being of the community and the environment. Sustainability is not merely a label or an obligation. It is a reflection of intelligent alignment with the invisible order that governs life. A business that embraces these principles does not merely operate efficiently, it thrives effortlessly, for it is working with life rather than against it. Decisions guided by universal law bring clarity, reduce waste, and attract cooperation from people, resources, and circumstances. There is a certain effortless magnetism about such enterprises, a quality that draws support because it resonates with the innate intelligence of the world. Every action taken in alignment with natural law strengthens the flow of abundance. When a company designs products that are environmentally responsible, it not only reduces harm but also taps into the higher currents of creative intelligence that support life and prosperity. When employees are treated with respect, nurtured, and empowered, productivity and loyalty increase naturally. When communities are served with integrity and care, the business itself gains strength and goodwill. These are not merely ethical decisions, they are laws of cause and effect, laws that govern the flow of energy, wealth, and opportunity. To ignore them is to invite struggle and limitation. To embrace them is to step into a current of effortless growth. Faith in the abundance of life is essential to this alignment. Prosperity is not to be sought as a distant reward. It is a present reality that can be realized the moment one's actions and thoughts are harmonized with the principles of creation. The entrepreneur who aligns with natural law trusts that every resource needed, every partner required, every insight necessary, will be provided in perfect time. This faith is not passive, it is active, expressed through diligent, intelligent, and creative action that honors the rhythm of life. The business grows as a reflection of the inner certainty that abundance is the natural state, and that the universe conspires to support those who act in harmony with its principles. Innovation, too, flows from this alignment. When a business is attuned to universal laws, ideas arise that are not forced but inspired. Solutions appear where problems once seemed insurmountable, and efficiency and creativity expand effortlessly. There is a sense of guidance, of being led toward choices and strategies that bring maximum benefit with minimal resistance. This intuitive understanding of right action is available to every mind that seeks harmony, for the intelligence that governs life is infinite and responsive. Harmony with the laws of nature also fosters resilience. Challenges and obstacles are transformed into opportunities for growth, for when one is aligned with the eternal order, difficulties are recognized as signals guiding correction and refinement rather than as threats. The business that operates from this understanding navigates change with grace, adapts quickly, and maintains a steady course toward lasting prosperity. By consistently choosing alignment over expediency, harmony over short-sighted gain, and integrity over convenience, a business positions itself not only for financial success, but for a legacy of positive impact. Each decision becomes a deliberate act of co-creation with the forces that sustain life, and the resulting flow of abundance is both natural and inevitable. Innovate with imagination and conscience, seeing opportunities in every challenge. To innovate with imagination and conscience, seeing opportunities in every challenge, is to open the door to a limitless stream of creativity and prosperity. The world of business is not simply a place of transactions and numbers. It is a living, breathing field of infinite possibilities, and every mind that dares to imagine and act with integrity becomes a channel for inspired ideas. Imagination is the workshop where all creation begins. Every product, service, and strategy was first conceived in thought before it materialized in form. The entrepreneur who understands this truth does not wait for conditions to be perfect or for problems to vanish. Instead, they cultivate a mind that sees beyond obstacles, a mind that visualizes solutions and opportunities where others perceive only limitation. Conscience, acting as a moral compass, ensures that these ideas are not only profitable, but also beneficial to humanity and aligned with the natural order. When innovation flows from imagination guided by conscience, the results are enduring, meaningful, and abundant, for they resonate with the intelligence that governs life itself. Every challenge that arises in business presents a hidden opportunity. The difficulty lies not in the circumstances themselves, but in the perception of them. The mind that clings to fear, doubt, or limitation cannot perceive the pathways that lie within obstacles. Yet the mind attuned to imagination sees clearly the possibilities that obstacles conceal. A problem is not a wall but a puzzle to be solved, a lesson to be learned, and a stepping stone toward growth. When business leaders adopt this perspective, they move from reactive struggle to proactive creation. The conscious innovator views competition as a source of inspiration rather than threat, scarcity as a call for creative solutions rather than a reason for anxiety, and setbacks as signals for refinement rather than condemnation. This shift in perception alone transforms challenges into opportunities and aligns the business with the flow of abundance that always seeks to manifest where intention and effort meet universal law. Innovation guided by conscience does not sacrifice integrity for convenience. It recognizes that the true measure of success is not merely financial gain but harmony with higher principles. Every decision, product, and service carries an energetic imprint, and when these actions reflect honesty, fairness, and respect for life, they attract support from both seen and unseen sources. There is a magnetic quality to integrity, a force that draws clients, partners, resources, and ideas into alignment with the vision. A business that prioritizes conscience in its innovation is not limited by temporary setbacks or external resistance, for it operates within the current of universal favor. It is protected, guided, and supplied with exactly what is required to manifest its highest intentions. Imagination alone, however, is not enough. It must be cultivated, disciplined, and connected to practical action. Daydreams without direction remain inert, ideas ungrounded. The principle of service remain unmanifested. The conscious innovator channels imagination through structured planning, strategic thought, and deliberate action, ensuring that creative insights are translated into tangible results. Each product, each process, each marketing approach is a manifestation of inspired thought, guided by a commitment to do what is right. The combination of imagination and conscience creates a powerful force, capable of transforming ordinary enterprises into extraordinary expressions of creativity, value, and abundance. In this process, the entrepreneur becomes a co-creator with the intelligence of the universe. There is an invisible guidance that responds to the clarity of thought and purity of motive. Ideas arise intuitively, solutions appear in moments of insight, and pathways unfold where no human effort could have produced them alone. Trusting this guidance requires faith, courage, and a willingness to act upon inspiration, even before external conditions seem favorable. Every innovative step taken in alignment with conscience strengthens this guidance, creating a feedback loop in which the mind becomes more attuned to creative intelligence and the business, more responsive to opportunity. Seeing opportunity in every challenge also requires flexibility and adaptability. Conditions will change, markets will fluctuate, and unexpected obstacles will arise, yet the mind that embraces imagination guided by conscience is not bound by circumstance. It perceives shifts as openings, variations as chances to improve, and difficulties as invitations to expand skill, knowledge, and creativity. This perspective transforms volatility into advantage, scarcity into invention, and resistance into a source of refinement. The business that adopts this approach becomes resilient, innovative, and perpetually aligned with the forces that sustain abundance. The ethical dimension of innovation cannot be overlooked. Every invention, strategy, or expansion has consequences beyond immediate profit. The conscious innovator considers the impact on people, communities, and the environment. Decisions are guided not only by what is feasible but by what is right, by what contributes to the common good, and by what harmonizes with the natural order. This foresight attracts alignment and support, for the universe always favors those whose actions uplift rather than exploit. By acting with imagination and conscience together, the entrepreneur ensures that every success is sustainable, meaningful, and multiplied, flowing back into the world in ways that reinforce abundance rather than deplete it. Faith in the power of imagination and the authority of conscience is essential. The entrepreneur who trusts in their inspired ideas and in the law of universal intelligence steps confidently toward action, knowing that the solutions, resources, and opportunities needed will manifest in perfect timing. Doubt and hesitation block creative flow, but clarity, courage, and commitment open the channels of prosperity. Every challenge embraced with imaginative insight and moral awareness becomes a doorway through which progress, profit, and contribution flow harmoniously. The alignment of imagination and conscience also strengthens leadership. Teams respond to vision grounded in integrity, partners align with principles that inspire, and customers are drawn to enterprises that reflect higher purpose. Inspiration, credibility, and influence grow naturally when innovation flows from this dual source. The business itself becomes a living example of the power of ideas guided by right thinking, demonstrating that success is not measured solely in numbers, but in harmony, impact, and abundance, realized through creative intelligence. By cultivating imagine, tempering it with conscience, and seeing opportunity in every challenge, the entrepreneur taps into an inexhaustible reservoir of solutions, inspiration, and growth. The mind trained to perceive possibilities where others see limitations becomes a beacon of innovation, and the enterprise becomes a conduit for abundance, service, and lasting prosperity. Every step taken in this spirit reinforces the unseen currents of support, attracting ideas, people, and resources in perfect alignment, and ensuring that the path forward is illuminated with insight, courage, and harmonious opportunity. Practice sustainability as a principle of balance, not just compliance. To practice sustainability as a principle of balance, rather than merely a matter of compliance, is to align business with the eternal laws that govern life and abundance. True sustainability is more than policies, certifications, or environmental checklists. It is a conscious choice to operate in harmony with the natural rhythms of the world. Every resource, every process, and every interaction carries an energetic imprint that responds to care, mindfulness, and respect. Businesses that recognize this truth do not merely survive. They thrive because they become conduits for the intelligent flow of life, drawing prosperity, goodwill, and opportunity naturally. To approach sustainability as a mere obligation is to miss the deeper principle, for compliance without understanding yields only temporary results, while alignment with the principles of balance produces lasting growth and abundance. The law of balance governs all life, and it operates impartially and unerringly. Excess, waste, or exploitation creates tension, inefficiency, and limitation, while wise, measured, and thoughtful use of resources generates strength, resilience, and expansion. To incorporate sustainability in this higher sense is to act with foresight and responsibility, understanding that the impact of each decision extends far beyond immediate gain. Every choice about materials, energy, waste, and human capital reflects not only the operational efficiency of a business, but also its alignment with the invisible laws of creation. A business guided by these principles becomes a magnet for support, as it resonates with the universal intelligence that governs life, drawing partners, customers, and opportunities that reinforce its mission. Sustainability as balance also requires an understanding of cycles. Nature operates in rhythms: growth, renewal, rest, and replenishment. When a business observes these cycles and aligns itself with them, it gains resilience and continuity. Resources are replenished, employees are energized, communities are strengthened, and processes flow with less friction. Those who ignore cycles, overconsume, or push against natural limits create tension, inefficiency, and scarcity. The sustainable entrepreneur recognizes that every system, whether ecological, social, or economic, benefits from measured, thoughtful stewardship, and that honoring these cycles is not a restriction but a pathway to effortless prosperity. The principle of balance extends to the use of energy within a business. Every action, communication, and decision carries a vibration, and sustainable practices amplify positive energy while minimizing disruption. Ethical sourcing, mindful production, fair treatment of employees, and transparent engagement with stakeholders all contribute to the energetic equilibrium of the enterprise. When actions are aligned with integrity and care, resistance diminishes, efficiency increases, and opportunities expand. Customers are drawn to products and services that reflect harmony, trust, and conscientious creation, and employees are inspired to contribute their best efforts in an environment where balance is valued and cultivated. True sustainability also encompasses long-term thinking. Short-term gains achieved at the expense of the environment, communities, or ethical standards may bring temporary reward, but they generate unseen costs that accumulate and return in the form of limitation and loss. The sustainable entrepreneur looks beyond immediate profits, considering the ripple effects of every decision on future growth and prosperity. Strategic foresight, combined with ethical consideration, ensures that the business evolves without depletion, that it contributes to collective well-being, and that it remains a source of value for generations to come. This perspective transforms sustainability from a regulatory requirement into a guiding principle for enduring success. Balance in business also requires a commitment to continuous learning and adaptation. Markets change, technologies evolve, and social expectations shift. The sustainable enterprise remains vigilant, observing trends, embracing innovation, and adjusting practices to maintain harmony with new conditions. Flexibility and awareness are essential, for rigidity or neglect disrupts balance and blocks the flow of opportunity. The entrepreneur attuned to this principle views change not as threat, but as guidance, using it to refine operations, strengthen relationships, and align more closely with both natural and social laws. By observing, learning, and adapting, sustainability becomes a dynamic force, capable of generating growth, stability, and resilience even in uncertain circumstances. The energetic dimension of sustainability cannot be overlooked. Every choice in sourcing, production, and distribution carries a subtle vibration that influences perception, trust, and loyalty. Practices that honor life, nurture communities, and respect the environment emit a harmonious frequency that attracts similar energies, reinforcing the enterprise's mission and amplifying its influence. Conversely, neglect, exploitation, or carelessness sends discordant signals, creating resistance and limitation in both visible and invisible ways. The conscious entrepreneur recognizes that sustainability is as much about the quality of thought, intention, and action as it is about the tangible outputs of the business. Aligning with these energies multiplies returns, fortifies reputation, and ensures that prosperity flows naturally and effortlessly. Sustainability also nurtures innovation. When the principle of balance is embraced, constraints become opportunities for creative solutions. Scarce resources inspire efficiency, ethical responsibility fosters originality, and environmental awareness drives inventive design. Innovation guided by the principle of sustainability is not merely technical or cosmetic. It is holistic, integrating social, ecological, and economic considerations into every decision. This type of innovation attracts attention, loyalty, and respect, creating a competitive advantage rooted not in exploitation, but in alignment with universal law. The sustainable entrepreneur understands that innovation flourishes when it serves life, and that lasting impact arises when creativity and conscience converge. The principle of balance also fosters trust and credibility. Stakeholders, customers, partners, and employees are naturally drawn to businesses that demonstrate responsibility, foresight, and care. Reputation, once established through sustainable practice, becomes a source of recurring opportunity as goodwill circulates and multiplies, reinforcing the business's mission. Trust is not manufactured. It is the natural outcome of integrity, consistency, and alignment with life's laws. By cultivating these qualities, the entrepreneur ensures that relationship, IPs, and resources flow smoothly. Obstacles are reduced, and growth becomes a natural expression of harmonious operation. Finally, Practicing sustainability as balance cultivates inner clarity and confidence in the entrepreneur. When decisions are guided by the principle of harmony, there is no need for anxiety, manipulation, or compromise of values. Every action taken in alignment with these laws reinforces a sense of right purpose and spiritual satisfaction, allowing the business to operate with confidence, creativity, and effectiveness. Challenges are met with solutions that honor all parties. Resources are used efficiently and ethically, and opportunities are seized in ways that strengthen, rather than deplete the environment. By embedding balance at the core of operations, observing cycles, nurturing resources, and acting with integrity, the entrepreneur ensures that sustainability is not a burden, but a source of abundant flow, creative inspiration, and lasting prosperity, making the business a reflection of the harmonious intelligence that governs all life. Recognize that prosperity flows naturally when service to humanity and earth is prioritized. To recognize that prosperity flows naturally when service to humanity and the earth is prioritized is to understand a fundamental law of life that governs abundance and fulfillment. Wealth is not merely a numerical measure, nor is it a reward arbitrarily bestowed. It is a reflection of alignment with universal principles, a mirror of the thoughts, intentions, and actions that honor life and contribute to the greater good. When a business places service above self-interest, when it seeks to uplift, nurture, and provide genuine value, it becomes a vessel through which the currents of prosperity flow freely. This principle operates consistently across all realms when the heart and mind are dedicated to usefulness, integrity, and care. The universe responds with support, guidance, and unseen assistance that multiplies the effects of every effort. To serve purely for profit is to limit the flow, while to serve with sincerity, creativity, and conscience is to open the channels of infinite abundance. The conscious entrepreneur understands that service is the seed from which prosperity grows. Every product designed to solve a problem, every service offered to meet a need, and every innovation created to improve life is a reflection of this principle. When the intention behind action is to benefit others, energy is generated that attracts opportunity, resources, and favorable circumstances. The laws of life are impartial, responding not to desire alone but to alignment with purpose and usefulness. A business that operates in the spirit of service multiplies value not only for clients or customers, but for employees, partners, communities, and the environment, creating a ripple effect that sustains growth and generates goodwill. The universe favors those who act in harmony with these laws, providing support, solutions, and fortuitous circumstances that bring vision into manifestation. Service to humanity and the earth also requires foresight, empathy, and responsibility. It is not sufficient to act superficially or merely to appear conscientious. True service is consistent, thoughtful, and integrated into every aspect of business operation. From the sourcing of raw materials to production methods, employee treatment, marketing practices, and community engagement, every facet of the enterprise should reflect consideration for human welfare and environmental integrity. When these elements are consciously addressed, the business operates as an instrument of harmony and abundance. It attracts loyal customers who recognize its authenticity, partners who share its values, and employees who are motivated to contribute their best efforts. The business itself becomes a reflection of universal intelligence, demonstrating that prosperity is a natural byproduct of right action, thought, and intention. The principle of serving the earth involves mindful stewardship of resources and environmental responsibility. Businesses that seek to reduce waste, protect natural systems, and implement sustainable practices are not merely complying with regulations, they are acting in alignment with the fundamental laws of life. The earth is generous and abundant, yet it requires respect, care, and conscious management. Those who take without thought create imbalance, limitation, and eventual loss, while those who give, conserve, and replenish invite an effortless flow of resources and opportunity. This approach cultivates innovation, as constraints inspire creativity, and conscientious practices encourage solutions that are both efficient and ethical. Prosperity in this sense is inseparable from the health of the world, and businesses that integrate this understanding position themselves for lasting success. Service to humanity also encompasses social responsibility, ethical labor practices, and fair treatment of all stakeholders. A company that prioritizes the welfare of employees, customers, and communities generates trust, loyalty, and cooperative energy that amplifies every effort. Ethical practice is not a limitation, it is a multiplier of success. When people are valued, heard, and respected, they respond with enthusiasm, dedication, and innovation. The energy generated by ethical treatment and genuine care creates a harmonious environment in which creativity and productivity flourish. The business becomes an ecosystem in which prosperity is shared, not hoarded, and in which abundance circulates freely, returning to the enterprise in multiple forms, both tangible and intangible. Faith in the natural flow of abundance is essential to this principle. Prosperity does not require struggle or force, it requires alignment with the laws of life, consistent service, and the intention to provide value. Those who act in this spirit find that doors open where none were visible, opportunities appear in unexpected ways, and support arrives from sources both known and unseen. Challenges are reframed as invitations to deepen service, expand reach, and refine processes, and every effort taken with sincerity is multiplied by unseen forces that respond to the quality of thought, motive, and action. The conscious entrepreneur recognizes that the measure of true wealth is not in accumulation alone, but in the ability to give, nurture, and contribute to the well-being of others while remaining in harmonious flow with the earth. Innovation, creativity, and adaptability flourish in a business dedicated to service. When the focus is on genuinely meeting needs and enhancing life, ideas arise effortlessly, solutions present themselves intuitively, and strategies emerge that maximize both efficiency and impact. Service and prosperity are intertwined. The more thoughtfully a business contributes, the more resources, opportunities, and goodwill flow in return. This law operates with perfect impartiality, responding to alignment rather than effort alone. The enterprise that embraces this principle experiences growth that is sustainable, ethical, and expansive, reflecting the balance between human intention and universal intelligence. Service also cultivates resilience. Obstacles, setbacks, and competition are transformed into opportunities when the enterprise's purpose is clear and rooted in contribution. Challenges become teachers, guiding refinement and improvement, while successes are amplified because they are shared and celebrated. A business that serves with conscience and creativity develops a foundation that is not easily shaken, for it rests on the unshakable principle that value given returns multiplied. Every decision, every process, every interaction becomes a reflection of this law, ensuring that the enterprise grows in harmony with both material and spiritual principles, attracting wealth, opportunity, and influence naturally. Leadership is strengthened when service is prioritized. Those who lead with vision, integrity, and commitment to the greater good inspire confidence, loyalty, and collaboration. Employees, partners, and customers are drawn to the energy of purpose and alignment, and the business becomes a beacon of ethical innovation and prosperity. The flow of abundance follows the path of service, and the enterprise gains not only material wealth but also influence, reputation, and enduring impact. By acting in service to humanity and the earth, the conscious entrepreneur ensures that prosperity is a reflection of alignment with the eternal laws of life, and that the business operates as a living expression of abundance, creativity, and harmony. Let every action carry the vibration of integrity, foresight, and creative courage. To let every action carry the vibration of integrity, foresight, and creative courage is to align the business and the individual with the invisible forces that govern life, prosperity, and opportunity. Every thought, word, and deed emits an energy that reverberates through the world, influencing circumstances, people, and outcomes far beyond the immediate perception. Integrity acts as a compass, guiding decisions and actions toward what is right, harmonious, and aligned with universal law. Foresight provides vision, the ability to perceive potential outcomes and consequences, and to act in ways that anticipate the flow of opportunity. Creative courage is the willingness to AC boldly on inspired ideas, to take initiative in the face of uncertainty, and to bring forth innovation that serves the highest good. Together, these qualities create a vibration that attracts support, opens doors, and sustains growth in ways that mere effort or desire alone cannot achieve. The principle of integrity is foundational, for it establishes trust with the world, with colleagues, customers, and the unseen intelligence that governs life. When actions are consistent with truth, honesty, and fairness, they produce harmony both within the enterprise and in its external environment. Deception, cutting corners, or compromise may offer temporary gain, but they disrupt the flow of abundance and invite limitation. Integrity ensures that the energy surrounding every action is clear, strong, and aligned with life's natural laws, allowing prosperity, creativity, and opportunity to flow unhindered. A business that operates from integrity attracts not only customers but partners, resources, and circumstances that resonate with its ethical foundation. Every decision, whether large or small, becomes an affirmation of right alignment and a declaration that the enterprise honors the higher principles that sustain life. Foresight, as a companion to integrity, allows the conscious entrepreneur to see beyond the immediate and to plan with wisdom. It is the ability to anticipate challenges, recognize emerging trends, and understand the long-term effects of every choice. By cultivating foresight, a business positions itself to respond rather than react, to innovate rather than imitate, and to build resilience against unforeseen obstacles. Decisions informed by foresight are not rushed, impulsive, or short-sighted. They are deliberate, thoughtful, and aligned with both the needs of the present and the opportunities of the future. The entrepreneur who exercises foresight perceives potential where others see risk, advantage where others see scarcity, and solutions where others see limitation. This vision strengthens confidence, reduces error, and ensures that the enterprise moves with clarity and purpose. Creative courage is the quality that brings ideas into manifestation. It is not mere bravado or reckless risk, but a deliberate, inspired willingness to act on intuitive insights, innovative concepts, and new approaches that align with the principles of service, sustainability, and prosperity. Courage allows the entrepreneur to step beyond the familiar, to challenge old patterns, and to explore untapped possibilities with faith and determination. Innovation requires courage because it often involves navigating uncharted territory, confronting doubt, and persevering through temporary setbacks. Creative courage, however, is always guided by integrity and foresight, ensuring that bold action is both wise and aligned with higher principles. When the mind embraces courage without fear, ideas flow freely, obstacles are reframed as opportunities, and the business becomes a living expression of inspired thought brought into form. Every action taken with this triad of qualities carries a subtle yet powerful vibration. Integrity ensures alignment with truth, foresight ensures alignment with wisdom, and creative courage ensures alignment with inspired action. This vibration attracts circumstances, people, and resources that mirror these qualities, reinforcing success, amplifying influence, and enhancing the impact of the business. Just as a seed sown in fertile soil grows naturally, actions taken with integrity, foresight, and courage flourish in the environment of life's natural abundance. Those who understand this principle recognize that the unseen currents of energy respond more to the quality of action than to the quantity of effort, that results are multiplied when motives are pure and aligned with the greater good. The flow of abundance, opportunity, and innovation is strengthened by consistency in practice. Every day, every decision, and every interaction offers an opportunity to reinforce the vibration of integrity, foresight, and creative courage. Routine actions, when taken with attention to these principles, compound in their effect, building a reputation of trustworthiness, inspiring confidence, and attracting opportunities that accelerate growth. Businesses that cultivate these qualities consistently become magnets for success, because the universe responds to clarity of purpose, purity of motive, and courage of action. Challenges, competition, and obstacles are transformed into stepping stones, as the vibration created by aligned actions draws solutions, allies, and resources that support the enterprise's mission. This principle also extends to leadership within the business. Leaders who embody integrity, foresight, and creative courage inspire their teams to do the same. Employees respond to consistency, vision, and bold action with loyalty, initiative, and innovation. Customers recognize authenticity and align with businesses that act ethically, and courageously. Partners, investors, and collaborators are naturally drawn to enterprises that demonstrate reliability, foresight, and the courage to innovate. In this way, the vibration established by the leadership permeates every aspect of the enterprise, reinforcing alignment, amplifying opportunity, and creating an environment in which prosperity flows naturally. The inner life of the entrepreneur is equally affected by these principles. A mind that consistently acts with integrity experiences peace and confidence, reducing doubt, hesitation, and internal conflict. Foresight cultivates clarity and strategic insight, allowing decisions to be made with assurance and discernment. Creative courage energizes the spirit, generating enthusiasm, resilience, and motivation to act decisively in the face of uncertainty. The combination of these qualities strengthens the ability to navigate challenges with grace, seize opportunities with confidence, and innovate with purpose. Prosperity, influence, and fulfillment naturally follow the entrepreneur who develops these inner qualities, for they resonate with the universal intelligence that governs life. The principle also emphasizes responsibility. Every action carries consequences, and the conscious entrepreneur acknowledges this truth, acting thoughtfully, ethically, and with awareness. By maintaining integrity, exercising foresight, and demonstrating creative courage, the entrepreneur ensures that consequences are beneficial, opportunities are maximized, and limitations are minimized. The ripple effect of aligned action extends beyond the enterprise, impacting communities, employees, clients, and the environment, creating a legacy of positive influence, sustained growth, and abundant opportunity. Innovation, resilience, and prosperity are all amplified when every action carries this vibration. The combination of integrity, foresight, and creative courage transforms ordinary activity into inspired action. Obstacles are reframed as guidance, setbacks become learning, and every decision becomes an opportunity to express alignment with universal law. Businesses that embody this principle not only prosper materially but also cultivate respect, trust, and influence, reflecting the truth that abundance is a natural byproduct of right thought, right action, and the courage to bring inspired ideas into form. By allowing integrity to guide action, foresight to inform decisions, and creative courage to propel innovation, the entrepreneur ensures that every movement, choice, and effort resonates with the forces that sustain life, attract opportunity, and multiply abundance, creating a business that operates in harmony with the highest laws of success and prosperity.